Well, let me just say that this is incredibly good news, and it's good news because we heard, as you mentioned, the Pfizer vaccine a few days ago, and it had 90% efficacy, and that was looking like a very high bar. Well, Moderna comes and shows that it can actually meet that bar. So both vaccines showing that 90% efficacy shows us that, number one, that the spike protein, the target, is indeed the right target, and gives us hope that other vaccines will also targeting that target will also be efficacious. The other thing that it does is, as you heard, there's not any cases of severe disease in those that receive the vaccine. And finally, the side effect profile is incredibly good. We haven't seen major side effects in any of these two mRNA vaccines. So all of us are very excited. Having said that, it's going to take a while to roll them out. As you heard, this is a major effort. Vaccinating, we probably need to vaccinate close to 200 to 260 million Americans in order to get to herd immunity. That's not going to be easy. But again, we're not going to do this. I'll sort of paraphrase John Kennedy. We're not doing this because it's easy. We need to do it because it's hard, but it's the right thing to do. If we can do that, we will be back to a normal state by the end of next year. So for the time being, we have to use a face mask. We have to continue socially distancing, avoiding crowded places. Right. But the vaccine offers enormous hope for everyone.
So let me ask you about mutations in the virus itself. Every now and then we get these reports, that it's mutating one way and it's mutating another way, and we know these viruses are really smart. Is it possible that even as we've come up with these highly effective vaccines, that COVID will mutate in a way that then we have to kind of keep chasing it all over again?
Well, let's just start by saying that most viruses mutate, and in particular, RNA viruses tend to mutate. And frequently, they don't necessarily mutate because they're smart or want to make themselves stronger, but it's because of pressure from other sources. For the time being, any mutation we're seeing to the virus is not changing the spike protein in a way that is significant. And the way I explain it to people, it's almost like, you've changed the color of your front door. That's a mutation, but the lock remains the same. As long as the lock remains the same, you can still use the same key, in other words, the vaccine, because no matter what color the door is, it's going to continue to work. I think the critical component here, and it was said before, is how long is the immunity going to last? And that's the part we don't know, and we're going to have to follow participants in the studies for about 2 years in order to really know exactly how long the immunity to this virus lasts.
Yeah. And finally, doctor, when you look at people's willingness to take this vaccine, it's the #1 issue that comes up. What would you say to everybody who's concerned about the quality, side effects, how much we don't know about it?
What I would say to people is that the science that has gotten us to this point is absolutely terrific. And the way the studies have been conducted is following the most rigorous standards of safety and efficacy. And I think we're producing good products. And I think I would not be afraid of the vaccine. I'm more afraid of getting COVID, quite frankly. And I'm ready to sign up. And as soon as I'm able to get this vaccine, I will get it. And I'll, recommend to all my family and my friends to also get the vaccine. I'm not afraid of side effects. I'm afraid of getting COVID.
Yeah, fair enough. Dr. Del Rio, thank you so much for your time today. Again, it is great to meet on such good news.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.